Hola, 'tis Elisha. How are you? I hope you're doing good as can be. I hope you're having a solid day. Really solid. Yeah, solid day. You know, one of those decent days. I mean, if you're having an excellent day, fantastic. Good for you. Happy to hear that. If you're having just a simply solid day, seems like that should be a new, like, type of food or brand for something. Simply solid for a day that's mediocre, but you didn't lose your life savings, something like that. I think it'd be a good brand. Anyhow, I wanted to look into uh, BCK. We gotta wait until June to find out about this dude's next moves, I guess. And some things I was wondering about. But I want to start with, how is he currently feeling? You know, he's got to wait 6 months. What is he focused on? What's he thinking about? Where does his mind wander at night in his cold jail cell? I mean, he's just a suspect. He's innocent until proven guilty. So, I mean, if I was totally innocent, I would be going crazy right now if I was locked up in jail. Let's see. How is he doing? How is BCK doing there in the clink? And I'm also going to pull the Mildred Payne, so we have a 2-for-1 type deal here. Oh, how is he doing? My goodness. Oh, El Diablo. Thanks for showing up there, El Diablo. How is he doing in the clink? Known as a diamond. We'll put that back in though. That one doesn't go there. Wake up! Need more caffeine. Where did number 5 come from? Did number 5 just come out as the next card, or did I just make that up? Well, that's what we're going with. That's what we're going with. Oh, my. My, my. My, my, my. Getting my Lieutenant Kenda on. Okay. So, what do we have here? Let's see. 83, that's the wish card. Haven't memorized it yet. Mildred Payne, Pocket Oracle. This is the Hydesville Tarot. This one's on Etsy. All right. How weird is that? Wish. There's the desired income, right? Or income. Desired outcome. Desired outcome to be the star of the show. Well, that's certainly happening, isn't it? The Orbiculum over the Magician. Sudden insights. Searching for answers, glimpses into the future. Sudden insights, manifesting sudden insights. Okay, planning for what he wants to be doing here, moving forward. He's ruminating, getting ideas, plausible deniability, reasons why he didn't do it, how maybe it's somebody else, that all sorts of ideas like that. All right, let's go to 81, rope. Strong connection or bond, being tied up or tangled up in a situation and wanting to take control of that with the Emperor card. Okay, so he wants to take control. I think we said this before. If he tries to defend himself or code defend himself, I would not be surprised. Overriding concern, we have the boy. Untamed enthusiasm. He's so excited about this development. That's troubling. So excited about this development, this officialdom, making this official, noticing him. It's like a kid on Christmas that lasts forever. Very, very excited about this. Now, the fear is we got 24 self-reflection, reevaluating your perceptions, and vanity. He doesn't want to come off too self-righteous or come off like too smarty pants or come off better than other people, come off as the smartest one in the room. There's this idea he has to tamper that. Don't want any of us like getting the wrong idea about him. His driving ambition right now, we have the poison. 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 Accepting something harmful, self-destruction, toxic people. This is ambition. Accepting that there's going to be some very ugly truths coming out about him. Very ugly, secret, hidden truths coming out about him. Having to be open to that. Not wanting to have all his business put out front and center, but trying to come to terms that that's going to happen. So all of these stories that we've already been hearing about him, more is to come. He's got to get used to it because he's, you know, smartest guy in the room, and you know, this will tarnish his image here. Ay, ay, ay. Let's see, we got El Snake. Oh, this one we saw in the Pelosi read. We could say there's fear. We're turning things upside down. Change of circumstances. There's a fear that things are not going to go right. Temptations. And this card is also related to SEX. I want to get more fries with that card because that's 25. We have the stick. That's like beating. Misuse of power with El Diablo. Primary obstacle. Oh, that might be part of his thing here, is that when he's trying to figure out how to manage when it comes to you know, that term over KILL. Trying to figure out if that comes up, how is he going to manage that? In terms of these ideas he's coming up with, trying to defend himself. Oh my goodness. 22 secrets. That's okay, so this is weird. There is this idea that, and it's irrational. This is something he's obsessed with. It's this idea that he has 9 lives. All the secrets will come out about what happened, his role in it, allegedly, and that all the secrets will come out, but he'll somehow be let off scot-free. That's what he's thinking about. They'll just let him off scot-free. For whatever reason. That's where he's thinking, I got 9 lives, I will get out of this, and, you know, it'll just be great. Wonderful. Now I want to go back to Wheel of Fortune there and the snake, because that one's an odd one with the emotional undercurrent. Things are going to turn around, and I want to know if this is related to SEX or is this related to what the other things were. Let me just double check again. And fear, temptations, or SEX. Let's see. Okay, we're going to go with the SEX angle. it's a turn on, and part of this like emotional underlying energy is knowing that this is part of it. This part, the turn on part of it, there's part of it that could really sink his battleship, we'll say that, bury him under the jail. There's also part of it here that, like, this is going to get kind of deep psychologically, and I think there's a lot more here to go on with that part, with the S word part of it. And he's kind of all there for it. And in it, like, in part of this, that he's all in on this, that, you know, this might be where he's also thinking he has some type of defense, that he can turn this all around and have the 9 lives with the cat, right? As some type of excuse, not saying it is, but some type of excuse, like there's mommy issues, what was I supposed to do, you know, all the things were staring you at the face of why I was going to turn out this way as such a disaster. And there's some idea that even just the discussion and development of this story, perhaps, of maybe he was saying that he was a word as a kid or whatever, right? That this is also going to be like something he's going to enjoy. So while those things may have happened to him, may not have happened to him, not an excuse for doing anything that he has allegedly been accused of doing. However, it might be something he's going to be very excited about delving into. Okay, talking about those posts that Papa Rogers made on the Facebook and mentioning the sheath before the sheath had been mentioned. Now, most people think that that's him, and I believe Linda on It's a Crime, she tied together a timeline that made it seem like that's possible for him to be posting those things. Let's start first, though. Let's get the pendulum out. Do I want this one? I don't think so. I want this one. All right, let's bring this one up. Is Kohberger Papa Roger? Yes or no? That's going to yes. Okay. Then, what's the deal with the sheath? What's the deal with the sheath? Why did he leave it? Did he leave it on purpose? Did he leave it on accident? Oops. Okay, so the way this comes out, and I don't even know how this would work or why this would work or what the point of this really is. This doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, but the way that I get it is that it feels like the reason that the sheath was left behind, because then when that got announced, he was thinking that that was some measurement of how much progress has been made in the case. Like, how close were they to figuring out it's perhaps him, perhaps not him. We'll ask the question about the genealogical DNA. there's this idea. I think he left it on purpose, which is so weird. But like measuring the progress, and then because, you know, he's not going to say, hey, I did it, allegedly. Innocent until proven guilty. But whoever did it was not going to raise their hand and say, hey, I did it. But Papa Roger does want to, in the meantime, while he's tracking progress, he's going to be, you know, satisfied, wants to go posting online. I think, okay, here's what I think I'm getting here. I think he left that thing on purpose because he was thinking, you know, this will just drive them nuts. This will, like, this is my red herring. This is, I'm throwing that out there. They're not going to be able to figure it out. Like this was planned in advance that he did this. Almost too. He's like, this is so weird. Like he's running an experiment. Like this entire crime is an experiment. Like he's put multiple experimental things. Like this guy's like really thought about it. Put multiple experiments in there to see how law enforcement will react to it, and to see which way they move forward, and to like test his theories, his ideas that he had about it. Weird. What the heck? Like there's so many ideas here. Like things that were intentionally done, left behind, doing this to judge the progress of what's going on. That's weird. That's weird. That's weird. Okay, so how much progress they were making on the case, or how close they are to him, and can't say anything because you can't say it's me, I'm here yet. Until, well, then they got him. But, you know, Papa Roger. So, did he forget about, did the suspect forget about genealogical DNA? Now, it's tied to BCK. I don't think they have the wrong guy. I'm pretty sure it's him, my opinion. But did the suspect forget about the genealogical DNA thing? That's a thing. Okay, so he forgot, in a way, like, I think it was almost this thing where he forgot that that was a thing. So, thinking that he was going to be super stealthy, he had already planned, and they weren't going to find his DNA. He was going to be super stealthy, not going to find his DNA. And if they found it, they couldn't go into CODIS or anything like that. So he was going to be safe. It's interesting, though, because I'm wondering if at some point he had a conversation with his family and just kind of tried to randomly bring it up, like casually, like, hey, guys, should we do like one of those DNA tests? Did you guys do that? Yeah, I'm curious about our heritage. I know you said da da da, but I was curious because somebody, right, trying to open up that story, because here it's like, oh, talking to my family and I find out that they've already done these tests. And yeah, Dad gave DNA. Now I realize, you know, I thought I was getting away with it, but I'm cooked. My goose is cooked. I don't think he knew that he left any behind in that on the sheath. I think he thought this was going to be a harder time to pinpoint him, and in other ways where DNA perhaps would be left because it is a knife being used, that mixing and so many people in and out of that house, it would be almost impossible. I think that's where he was thinking he was in the clear, and kind of realized later his goose was cooked. Okay. Shocking. I think he still has a plan for that, though. He'll figure out some other thing to say, do about that, or flawed testing, whatnot. Anyhow, let's see his family statement. Now, I watched Dr. Phil. I watched Dr. Phil, and they were talking about his family statement and saying that it wasn't, it was a statement more of like, let's see what happens, not no way in heck did our son do this. And they thought that was interesting. All the experts on the panel thought that was interesting. Let's see, what does his family think? Allegedly, entertainment purposes, tarot card reading, what does his family think? Do they even suspect that, you know, Brian could have had anything to do with this? Oh, okay. They're trying to give him the benefit of the doubt, but there's some red flags in the past that they're aware of. They're trying to hold it together to be the supportive family for him. They, you know, that's their family. They want to come across as compassionate. They want to support him. That's important to them. This has turned their world upside down, though, obviously. They have this, I'm going to cover these ladies up. They have this fear that justice will be served and he'll be gone from them. So there's this idea here, like they're hoping there's a celebration that they can bring him out, that, you know, he can be cleared of all of this stuff. But the problem is there's like, they have a fear that they're going to start seeing a lot of things about him, uncovering evidence. Like, they don't have high hopes. They're trying to be supportive of him, and that's what they're trying to offer to the world. Like, we support him and we're hoping for the best outcome here. They're not really feeling super hopeful about it. I don't know if you could be, if you were in their position. But yeah, they're afraid he's guilty and gonna get locked up. That's how this reads. Okay, well, let me put those tantalizing nudie bodies, you know, that all the people on the voyeurs of tarot get turned on about. Anyhow, so yeah, it has to be hard to be in their situation, right? And you're like thinking about all of this and like, oh, man, that's not who we thought he was. Horrible, horrible, horrible. I'm curious what his emotions are, like reading the affidavits and search warrant. I think that was what came out. What is his emotions? Like, has he just gone back into student mode? Seems like it, but I'm just curious. Like, does he have, beyond that, you know, thinking he's the smartest person in the room? There's some turn on here of reliving the events. Gross. And this idea that he has some idea of what they've got on him. He's going through his own phase of discovery while he's looking at this. But his concern here is creating his case. He's kind of walking away from the emotional part here. He wants to make sure that he is well prepared. It's almost as if I'm going to make sure that, however, I don't know how much legal knowledge he has, but he wants to make sure how much ever he has knowledge that he is not just leaving his future to his defense attorney, whoever that may be. He wants to be in control of his defense. Yep, he thinks he's going to get out of this. Oh my, another boop boop, cover up those tatas. And I think he knows this is kind of a monumental task here. He knows it's a monumental task here. However, he wants to be in control of this. There's no doubt about it. He wants to be the driver, the leader, so that's all he's focused on. He's kind of, excited about what he's reading, all that jazz, but there's, oh gosh. He's not getting too emotional with it. Is he going to play the delay game? I don't think he's going to be able to play the insanity defense thing. I don't think so. But you never know. Lori Vallow, she seems to use that whenever she needs to. But let's say, is he going to play the delay game when it comes to getting this to trial? He wants to. And I think he wants to do some things where he's like, pre-trial coverage is, I need a change of venue. I don't think he's going to get away with a lot of delay shenanigans. I'm not seeing like he gets, it feels like he might pop in a few there. Oh, this is such a large case. There's so much evidence. There's only, a few of us here. I need more people. Trying to play that a little bit here. Everything I need to get put on my strong defense. I need experts and resources, and you have to help me out. And I don't see that it seems like that's not going to be his biggest issue here. So I don't think he can play delay games. I think they want to make sure that he can't come back out on acquittal or some procedural problemos. They want to move forward. He is going to try, and he wants to manipulate the stuff as best he can. And I think he can only get a little bit here with delaying. But eventually it's kind of like, you've tried enough of these things and it's not working. We're going to trial. So thanks for playing. So I think we can expect some delays, but it doesn't feel like it's major delays. I mean, it's going to be a large case, but anyhow, with that, good Lord. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please give this video a like, and I will see you guys next time. Adios.